Cancer, hi, welcome. This is your weekend tarot reading, but it's divinely timed, so it's like the next few days. Whenever you watch the video, that is fine. It's for anyone with Cancer in their chart, and thanks for bearing with me. I didn't do a video yesterday. It's just been a heat wave, and because I had my birthday, obviously we're all having our birthdays at the moment as Cancers, and it's just like, oh, with the heat as well, I just couldn't get anything done. I really couldn't. So there we go. I did the abundance reading, and that was quite a nice one a couple of days ago. But anyway, here we are. Let's go into this for Cancer. Let's see what message we get for us for the next few days for Cancer, please. Okay. So, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. It is only being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So, no more guilt. No more making decisions to please anybody else. All right. And that takes quite a lot of alignment, doesn't it? Once we get more and more aligned to our own energy, it's much easier to, you know, just make decisions based on what is our truth. And especially when we don't have attachments, because attachments to people can pull us out of alignment and we end up making decisions for other people rather than ourselves because of the attachment. Now, they're also saying that you can't force anything to happen. Don't force anything to happen. The less pressure you put on it, the more free other people feel. And people love to feel free. This is something that Mooji talks about. Mooji, his gurus, Ramana, Maharishi, Papaji, and Mooji talks about allowing people to feel free because it's the greatest gift you can give people. Everyone just loves to feel free. So, okay, so don't force things. Don't make decisions based on other people. Make decisions based on you. And, yeah, just feel free. Let other people in your life feel free. And I'm trying to do this as well with letting go of attachment addictions. Now, this is a good energy. You've got here the Fool. You know, you've recently discovered your free will. You've recently discovered your freedom, and it's been very liberating and fun. You sort of threw yourself into it because it was like, do you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to live my life, live my truth, do the things that make me happy. But now, the next few days, you're kind of regrouping and you're thinking, right, okay, seriously now, Cancer. Let's regroup. Let's think this through. What am I doing? Because we've got Emperor energy, you know, we want to be the leader in our life. We want to, you know, just regroup. And I definitely agree with this. I think this is good because it's kind of making us a bit more grounded and centered, you know, as well. So we've got freedom, but we are grounded and centered as well, which is good because it's a bit more wise. It's a bit more wise than if we just carry on going crazy exploring, you know, because it's good to have non-attachment and be free and explore. But then we also need the balance of the masculine energy being centered and grounded as well, because our power comes and wisdom comes from that. So it's getting a balance. And this is what it's all about the next few days. 4 of Pentacles, being a bit more careful, you know, being a bit more careful, being a bit more cautious, and just kind of learning to get a better balance, you know. And I think that's what it's all about when you're going through an awakening, because you can kind of, Teal Swan talks about flinging from one end of the pendulum swings one way and then the pendulum swings the other extreme, because you're exploring who you are and you're exploring your boundaries, you know, and you're exploring your lights and your shadows. And so you kind of go from these extremes, and the Fool is kind of one end of the extreme, which is complete freedom and non-attachment. And then you've got the other end of the extreme, which is kind of attachment and ego and clinging. And then it's like the Emperor in the middle, the Fire of the Tarot, saying, come on now, Cancer, like, you know, like, come home to yourself. Let's get centered and grounded. Let's tap into our wisdom. We don't, you know, we know the Matrix is full of illusion. It's full of shiny objects that are very attractive, but inevitably those shiny objects in the Matrix hold the seed of, you know, samsara. So we don't want to get too attached to anything in the Matrix, do we? So we're going to be a bit more cautious now going forward to make sure we're not becoming ungrounded, we're not chasing dreams, we're in reality. and we're centering into spirit. We're bringing our true spirit, our true power through into Gaia, rather than being attached or addicted to anything out there. You know, we're actually bringing our source power from in here, aren't we? So there's a big turning point going on for Cancer the next few days. So don't be surprised if you sort of feel a bit more serious the next few days, or a little bit more tempered, you know, like you're rooting down, you know, and it's a good thing because it's quite an attractive energy as well. Because you know, the more you're steady in your own frame, that is an attractive thing. So now the person that's connected to you, this person's shared some good times with you. This person's thinking about the good times they've spent with you. It can indicate somebody coming back from your past. I think they, yeah, do you know, the more centered and grounded you become, you know, the less you chase this person, the more they actually want to offer you something, right? This is just the way it's going here. Because they see you, they've watched you kind of go a bit wild and crazy. Now they're seeing you as Cancer becoming a bit more centered and neutral, you know. You're not trying to grab at things anymore. You've kind of gone through that crazy phase. And now they're like, wow, you know, this is interesting because, you know, that's quite an attractive energy. And previously this person was saying, let's take it slow, let's take it slow. But I feel they kind of see you being more centered and they're like, oh, you know, okay. But it's sort of where your energy dynamic is changing, where you're exploring, Cancer. It's like somebody's watching you and learning about you. And the thing with Cancer is because we're deep and when we like somebody, we kind of want to nurture them, don't we? We can fall into that attachment pattern. But what we've been doing is saying like, no, I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm going to do me. But then we're also saying actually doing me sometimes means I'm doing nothing, you know, and that's actually equally as attractive. Let's see. The right way, learning to create what you desire the right way. That's it. You see, we're just learning how to create what we desire the right way, not through forcing, not through going crazy and wild, but through actually being much more centered. And if you think of all the great gurus who attracted followers like from all over Gaia, you know, they were the most grounded, solid people that weren't, they, you know, they were in ashrams. They weren't going searching around the world. You know, they weren't getting attracted to shiny objects. These were people that were just so centered and grounded in spirit, like the Emperor, and everyone came to them. And that's kind of how it energetically works. So I feel like your spirit guides are saying, Cancer, we're on track. We are spiritually and energetically on track here, because we're coming away from the attachment addictions. We're coming away from the kind of adventure of going wild, and we're actually now centering down into spirit where we really belong, because Cancer is one of the most spiritual signs in my opinion. So in my humble opinion, doesn't count for much, but anyway, I know we're deep. So look, I'm sending you lots of love and peace across Gaia. If you want to book in for a reading, you're very welcome. If you just want to book in for a general session with me, you're very welcome to do that as well. And I am sending you peace and love.